Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. So today I'm doing a video on Scratch about making pen projects, because a lot of times I get people asking like, oh, how do you make your pen projects? How do you do this? How do you do that? And you know, I made the How to Pen project. Whoops, spoilers over here. I made the How to Pen project, and that was great. But I couldn't really show people sort of the flow of making a pen project, or how I went about the thought process of doing it. And so what I wanted to do was just do sort of an off-the-cuff video about making these projects. And so I haven't thought about this really at all, so I don't know what we're going to end up making, but hopefully it turns out pretty cool. So we're going to create a project, and let this load for a second. So a lot of times when I'm making a pen project, the first thing I do is start with a shape. It can be any shape. It really doesn't matter. So let's do a triangle. Triangles are nice. So I am going to make a block, custom block, that lets me draw a triangle. So it's going to be triangle at X, Y, and direction. And so then I can move and spin the triangle. So you can say, alright, pen up, set N. I like to use N as like a counter variable. It doesn't really matter what it's called. Set N to 0. Repeat 4. Change N by 120, I believe. And then we want to use actually our circle script from the How to Pen project. I'm also going to add a radius, which might seem kind of weird for a triangle. Essentially, it's the same as a circle, but it is it uses less points, and so it's going to be essentially a 3-pointed circle, which sounds weird, but that's what we're doing. So I might even zoom in on these scripts a little bit so you can see what I'm doing better, just so it's a little easier to see on the video. So yeah, essentially I'm using our circle script to create a triangle. And so I think I got it correct. Nope, it's got to be sign of N, not direction, because N is essentially our direction. And then I have to change this in a second, but let's just test it out real quick. We do it at 50, 100, that's our coordinates. It'll be up here somewhere. And then we say the direction can be, I don't know, 0. And the radius can be 50. And I also realize I need to put a pen down block in there to make that work. So we do a triangle. Alright, that looks good. We've got our triangle. 0, or 100, excuse me, 50, 100. It is at the correct position. We'll also make them hide. Except that changing the direction here, I don't think will do anything. No, so we need to set the direction in the N, like that. And so there we go. We've got our triangle block. So now I'm just going to start drawing triangles. So I always, not always, in almost every project, I make a variable called I, and I set that to 0, and this is essentially going to count how long the project has been running for. And so we're just going to continuously change it by 1 or 2. I prefer using this over the timer block. You can use that. I feel like with a variable you've got a little bit more control, though, of the animation. So I like to stick with that. And actually, instead of doing triangle, we're going to make another block, again, without a screen refresh, that's going to render everything. So I just titled it Render. And let's make a triangle at 0, 0. That spins. That'd be fun. Everyone likes a good spinning triangle. Oh, I forgot to clear the screen. That actually looks pretty cool, though. Alright, we'll think about that. So I'm going to clear and then render. So there we go. We've got a spinning triangle. And like I said, I like the variable over a timer, because then if I want to make it go faster, I can just change I by 4. And now it's going to spin faster. So that's pretty neat. But right now, I need to make this a bit more exciting. So I think that I'm going to draw a bunch of triangles that are all doing something. What if we made the triangles move in a circle? So if we had like, yeah, if we had, if we did sine of I times 50. So it'll be, because I'm wondering, I'm not entirely sure if one point of the triangle will always be in the center. And the answer is no, but this side is always facing the center, that edge. So that's kind of cool. What if we made it spin twice as fast? Because that would look a lot more interesting, I think. Or even half as fast. But if it's like right at the same speed that it's rotating around, well, that looks kind of cool. Alright, what if we made a bunch of those? So we're going to make another variable called t. This is going to be, it's essentially going to work the same as n. It's going to just be a counter variable. The reason I can't use n, I can't reuse it, is because we're actually going to be making triangles within this loop, and we're already using n, and so it would screw up what we already had going on. So we're going to make a variable called t. We're going to draw 10 triangles. Alright, and then t is just going to keep going up by 36, because that's 10, or 36 divided by 10. Excuse me, I can't talk today. 360 divided by 10 is 36. So instead of I, it's going to be I plus t. And then that should get us 10 triangles that are all doing the same thing, but kind of slightly offset from each other, which should be pretty cool. So there we go, and run the project. Alright, that looks kind of cool. Hopefully here, let's slow this down a little bit, and then the video can probably capture it a little bit better. So there it is, slowed down. It looks great. I actually like it quite a bit already. What if we were to do a bunch of these? Like, alright, what are we going to do with this? We could, let's see. Yeah, let's do a bunch of these things that we're drawing. So we're going to make another block that creates a triangle group. And so a triangle group is what we just made. So that's one group of triangles. We're actually going to say, alright, triangle group at x, y. Then just add that x and that y to all our triangles. So we've got like custom blocks in custom blocks in custom blocks, but that's okay. That's when you know things are getting exciting. So we've got this. So we could now make like one triangle group at 0, 0, and that'd be great. Whoops, that's 1, 0. It really doesn't matter, but and so this should be exactly the same as what we had before. And it is, that's good. But now we could actually make another triangle group at, say, 100, 0. So now we've got double the triangles, which is crazy. What if we gave it a custom eye so that they could each be like spinning at different rates or at different speeds? That'd be kind of cool, I think. That's the thing, is when you're making these, you never know if something is going to look good or look terrible, and so it really is just trial and error, and like, let's try more stuff. So we've got I plus t goes in here. I screwed that up for a second, but that's okay. So now we've got our custom I. We can currently just pass the same I, and again, it should be exactly the same as it was before, which it is. But then now it's easier to change in the future if we wanted to, for example, have one going backwards. So let's make the second, that offset one at 100, be going backwards. So now they're spinning opposite each other, which I think looks really cool. So let's just make a bunch of these. If we did like one at negative 100, then they can all be spinning opposite the ones next to them, almost like gears. I don't know if this is going to look too chaotic. Let's just try it though. So we say, alright, we've got 0, 100, 100, 100, and then we just have to switch which ones are I and which ones are I times negative 1. So now these are both just standard I. There we go. And alright, things are actually getting pretty laggy, which is unfortunate. I wonder if sometimes in the actual like project player though, when you see outside, sometimes that actually looks a lot better and faster. So let's try that. Let's take a look and see if it's any better out here, or if we're going to have to take some of these away. And give this a second to load. Scratch is always a little bit slow for some reason, but I don't know. I guess there is a lot of stuff going on. So that's fine. I don't know why it has to load the project every time though. Like I was just making the project. Oh well. It's fine. Give it a second to load, and here we go. Is it faster? It won't even start. The Scratch is low. Oh yeah, that's plenty fast. Okay, it's kind of crazy to look at, but that's okay. I mean, I'm all for crazy to look at. Let's add one more so that it can kind of fill in these edges over here. So we're going to add one more set of 3, but then we're going to have to bump all of them back by 50 on the x value. So it's like negative 50, 50, negative 150, 50, no, excuse me, negative 50, 50, negative 150. This is one of those things that's really tedious. I always think it would be really cool if someone could find a way to make like a pattern matching thing where you could like change one script and it would find all the similar scripts and like change them for you. I don't know if that'd be at all possible, but I feel like that'd be kind of cool. Okay, so we've moved it over like we wanted, but this one, what's going on here? So this is our x value. Wait. Okay, if I take that off, what happens? Nothing. It's exactly the same. Put this on. Go to 100. 150. We're just going to experiment and find the right spot. Okay, so it's 150 and negative 100 is fine. And it looks like it's spinning the correct direction. And so this one down here will also have to spin in that direction. I don't know if I've done all these in the right direction actually, so we'll have to take a look at that. Sorry, they're all 150 on the x, and then 0 and 100. Hopefully that's right. Yep. And does it look like they're all going in the right direction? I have no idea. Okay. This one is spin. Why is that one the first one? I don't know. So that one's going that way. This one's going. Okay, so those are correct. And is that correct? That's correct. And that is correct. And that is also correct. And correct. So I'm just going through and checking to make sure the directions are right on all of these. And so far, so good. Because I want them to be alternating, almost like a checkerboard, if you think about it that way, where like all of the ones directly next to each other are the opposite, and then all the ones diagonal of each other are the same. Alright, and these are all correct. Wow, that is a beast. Holy cow. So there we go. I mean, it's a little crazy. My computer's fan is struggling to record the video and play this at the same time. But that's okay, because it looks pretty cool. Let's go in and change some colors. Colors always make things more fun. And by always, I mean most of the time. By which I mean occasionally. So let's set our pen color. How are we going to do this? Let's just set our pen color and then just change it there. Whoa. That's a little... wow. 1. Okay, what if we instead, just when you start your triangle, set your pen color there. And set it just based on x and y. So we set it to x plus y. That should get us a nice diagonal stripe. Hopefully. Yep, so you can, I don't know if you can see, there's kind of diagonals of like, you know, you've got like your cool colors and your warm colors and your cool colors and your warm colors. So that looks kind of cool. What if we upped our pen size? And again, it's really laggy right now, and that's just because it's inside the player, it would get better when we're in the project view. Not the project view, what's it called? When you see outside. So this looks pretty cool. What if we made the background be black instead of white? I feel like that might look better. Oh, I kind of like that. I don't know, I usually prefer the white backgrounds, but in this case I think this one looks better. So what are we going to call this? We're going to call this Tons of Triangles. That seems fitting. And it's going to save, and we're going to write a little explanation. We're going to say, created this while recording a video. Be sure to check it out. It'll be online soon. Yay. We share the project, and there we go. So I think that's about it for this. Hopefully you got a little bit of an insight into how I create my projects, starting with picking a shape, and then moving the shape, distorting the shape, creating lots of the shape. It's pretty good. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.